1. The foundational needs. To achieve our goals, the foundational infrastructure across the world, especially in populated locations of developing countries, implementational partners, technical and expert resources, local and global fundraising, appropriated and structured reporting and tracking along with required protocols, and regular lookbacks assessment against set measures through surveys and collection and collation of data and appropriate systems of records are required to see steady progress in resolving this critical issue around the world. Such a campaign may require at least 2 decades of hard work and dedication to reducing the current world average homeless dogs of 40% to below an acceptable level of 10% or even closer to below 2% where only a handful of developed countries are. 2. Shelter of Hope, a case study from Egypt. The narrative below is simply a case study of an effort in the developing country of Egypt. Animal rights advocates have sought to offer solutions, actively removing dogs from the streets and giving them homes. 2.1. Stray dogs in Egypt. It is worth noting that in Egypt, stray dogs pose a growing urban challenge. In a recent TV report, Alaa Hilal said, "I was out shopping in Cairo when I was attacked by a stray dog in broad daylight. This is an increasing problem of daily life in Egypt which is stirring debate." She continued, "I got out of my car and saw an exceptionally large street dog," the 38-year-old housewife told a TV reporter at her home, northeast of Cairo. "He approached me and bit me without barking or doing anything else," said Hilal, adding that she had been injured in the thigh. Hilal, who had never feared dogs, having had several pets when growing up, was rushed to a nearby hospital only to discover that she was the 9th person to be bitten by the same dog in less than a week. An overpopulated megacity with more than 20 million people, Cairo is already plagued by monster traffic jams, widespread waste problems, and rampant pollution. Packs of stray dogs are only adding to the city's challenges. Complaints about dog attacks, exposure to rabies, and in some cases even deaths over the years have triggered calls for the animals to be brought under control. 2.2. Hounds unleashed. Commonly referred to as bully dogs, stray dogs are widely viewed as unsanitary and dirty. They are typically seen running around the streets and scavenging garbage for food. According to the World Health Organization, there were around 450,000 cases of dog bites in 2019, up from 400,000 in 2017. As a result, some 231 people died over the past 4 years from the wounds they received, mainly due to extreme rabies. A bite from a dog carrying the rabies virus can be fatal within 24 hours as it damages the human nervous system. 2.3. Government mold. The government body in charge of community health in Egypt lacks resources. Its headquarters in downtown Cairo was looted during the uprising and has not been renovated since. Egyptian authorities say they can only do the minimum to deal with street dogs due to a lack of resources and lack of priorities. "We do not go around the streets looking for dogs to kill them," said the Agriculture Ministry spokesman in a recent interview. "We only take measures following complaints." He didn't specify what measures are taken to bring the stray dog population under control. But animal rights advocates often lambast the government, accusing it of mass culls. In 2017, the authorities killed more than 17,000 street dogs following multiple complaints of dog disturbances and biting in Beni Suef, south of Cairo, according to an August report by the governorate's veterinary directorate. The Red Sea governor even offered a 100 Egyptian pounds $6.37 award to those who capture and hand over at least 5 street dogs. Animal rights defenders also accused the government of killing dogs using a drug known as strychnine, a chemical substance listed as unacceptable on animal welfare grounds, for euthanasia by the World Health Organization for Animal Health. 2.4. Shelter of Hope. Mr. Ahmed Al-Shorbagi, 35, opened 2 dog shelters in a desert area west of Cairo, near the famed Giza pyramids. The buildings with sheer concrete walls have kept more than 250 dogs safe for the past 3 years. Mr. Shorbagi contributes 40% to the funding of the shelters while the rest comes from donations. "At first I followed the animal rescue pages on Facebook," Mr. Shorbagi said, as he was rubbing one dog's belly as she wagged her tail in joy. "I saved a dog that I called Hope, and when I opened the shelter, I named it after her." Mr. Shorbagi believes the solution lies in dog sterilization programs, providing rabies vaccinations, and removing garbage. Instead of the government paying millions of dollars to import poison, it should consider sterilization, he said. We, as associations, proposed to the Ministry of Agriculture to solve the problem, but they refused. The ministry's spokesman denied refusing to cooperate with private entities and hailed their work to help resolve the crisis. In our different cases, we have been communicating through social media with a few volunteers located in different locations of Asia, who have been collecting stray dogs from the streets to a shelter with more than 500 dogs who found care and affection at the Wafar Animal Shelter, and established through an endowment in 2004 and the country's only licensed animal refuge. Mr. Shorbagi continued, their shelter, generally, struggles to find homes for dogs, with only around 6 being adopted each month. Egyptians, like many other prospective dog owners from around the world, prefer purebreds to strays, something the shelters are trying to change.